Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. It is 90 Day Fiance Season 7, Episode 5. We need to talk, okay? So, I have my makeup on and stuff today, y'all. I hope y'all appreciate the beat because I usually come to y'all crazy, okay? So, I wanted to look nice for you guys today. So, let's go ahead and get right into the first couple, okay? We got Mike and Natalie, okay? Last episode, we basically saw Natalie and her mama was like, we need a baby right now, okay? And when Mike got there, grandma was like, go ahead and make the baby, okay? So we see this is the morning after, okay? Natalie is cooking. She is chopping, a couple of different tomatoes. She got some eggs. She's about to put some eggs with the tomatoes. She's like, Mike, this is enough tomatoes for you, And he's like, yeah, girl, that's right. Go ahead and cook them tomatoes. They look good. What's up, okay? And, they're talking about what happened last night, and she's just giggling. And I said, okay, this is enough for me. Stop the conversation right here. I don't care about what happened last night, okay? So, then he says they need to talk about the whole visa situation, okay? Because we know that she was trying to get her visa done, but basically they told her to come back or something, or like they couldn't do it right now, so it's being like pushed off, okay? So her visa is in limbo right now. So, he wants to talk about that, and she's like, look, we need to talk about something else. Something more important. I want to have a baby, like, right now, okay? So what's up? And he's like, oh, you want him, like, right now for breakfast? And she's like, no, boo, like, we need to start making babies right now, okay? And he's like, why can't we wait a little bit? Like, you don't even have your visa, girl. And she's like, no. I don't have a baby right now, okay? And he's like, well, like, we'll have a baby soon, like, but we shouldn't be trying to have a baby like right now. And she's like, this is the wrong answer, okay? I'm 35. The baby needs to come soon. I don't know when the visa will come, but like 6 months, like, I will have belly, when the visa is going to be approved, so it would work out, okay? And he's like, no, like, you're gonna be over here with the baby, and like I'm gonna be in America, like I want to be able to take you to like doctor visits and stuff, girl. And she's like, no, I have mom. My mom will take me. So what is the reason, okay? She was like, look, I'm 35 years old, and you're tall. I like it. Let's have a baby together, okay? And he so he tells us, he's like, look, I still haven't told her I'm in debt, and I owe all this money and everything. So, like, I want to be able to take care of the baby when it comes. So, no, we can't have a baby right now. And I'm like, so when are you going to tell her that you're in debt, Mike? Okay? And she's like, please, love, please, baby, belly. No, okay? So, Mike better give her this baby, okay? Next scene, they're going to meet her friend Svetlana. I think we've already met Svetlana with the other friend that was talking trash about Mike, okay? But Svetlana and her have been knowing each other for like 15 years, okay? And Svetlana came with questions, okay? She was in there like, so, Mike, what did she ask him? She was like, I am worried about, Natalie's heart, because it had heartbroken before, with her last relationship. And so we get cut back to like the last relationship, and Natalie is telling us that they've been together for 8 years and they didn't have a baby, and she realized she wanted a baby. So she left, okay? And so she gets to crying at the table. And I was like, is she really over this relationship? I guess it was a long time. And it's only been 2 years since they've been divorced. But she seems like she's still like not really gotten over that relationship or whatever. So Mike is like, girl, I'm gonna take care of her heart, don't worry about it, like whatever, okay? And then she asks him about kids, and he's like, okay, this kid question again. We're gonna have kids soon, okay? Like, we're gonna have kids soon. And she's like, okay, and Natalie's like, all of my friends have kids, she has 2 kids, and I want the kid, okay? And I was like, well, this whole all their scenes are going to be him, them pressuring him to have a kid. So Then Svetlana asked him, he's just like, can I ask you about your religion, okay? And he's like, well, that's, it's kind of a complicated question because, like, see, I don't believe in religion and I don't believe in God really like that. And Svetlana was like, shut up, shut up, shut up, okay? Svetlana, she's like, she doesn't like it because she says that she really loves God. And I guess she wants Mike to love God too, okay? And Mike was like, look, I don't believe in a God, but I believe that civilizations. He had too many civilizations on there. I said, Michael, it's just civilizations, boo, okay? He said, I believe there's a higher civilization, okay? And that the aliens are the gods, and that the aliens are the higher being, and we are the subordinate being. He got real like this with us, and I was like, okay, Michael, okay, I'm okay, like it's good, okay. So yeah, Svetlana was like, look, they're two different people. I don't know, like, he doesn't believe in God, she believes in God. Like, what do they want their baby to believe in? She's like, it's gonna be a problem for them in the future. And I was like, girl, Natalie don't care. She just wants to have this baby, okay? so he says he's never been to church before, and that's just what it is, okay? So the next morning, they go for like a little morning run, okay? They're exercising. They both got on their sweats, okay? Natalie had Mike doing some twerking stretches, okay? She had Mike putting his hands on his knees, on his bows, on his thighs, and just doing one of these. And I said, you know what, Natalie, I see what you're doing. You got that man twerking in the park, okay? And then he gets to running, okay? And the way he runs, I was like, this isn't right. I'm not a professional runner, but how Mike was running, I was like, it don't look right. He was doing something with the legs didn't look like they was moving at all. He was just kind of like inching a little bit. I said, I don't know what Mike is doing, but I don't think he's running. And then Natalie was like trying to teach him how to run properly. And he wasn't trying to learn, okay? He saw like a sandwich, little cart. He was like, well, I want a sandwich, okay? I said, you know what? Okay, girl. Mike brings up the fact, he's like, he asked Natalie, did your ex used to run with you? I don't know why he did that, okay? But Natalie was like, what? She starts putting her hood on and tying it. I was like, is she gonna hurt this man? Okay. Is she gonna hurt this man in the park? Okay, she was like, what? You think I'm with you because you run, If you want to run, you run. If you don't want to run, don't run. But don't bring up my ex, okay? What's in the past is in the past, okay? That's basically what she said. And he was like, I'm sorry for bringing it up. He tells us, he was like, based off the conversation we had with Svetlana the previous night, I thought I should bring up her ex and figure out, like, why she heartbroken. But you know what? I'm going to just keep my mouth closed. I said, please keep your mouth closed, Michael. Unless it's about having a baby. Natalie don't want to hear it, okay? So just shut your mouth and agree to have this baby and make Natalie happy, okay? That's pretty much it. She got upset. She made him do another lap, okay, because she was upset. And I said, you know what? All right, y'all. So then we get to, so that was it for Mike and Natalie. We get to Anna and Marcel. Anna and Marcel, they have a little while before their wedding. It's coming up. And they're making wedding favors, but they're making it like honey themed. So she's making some like little honey bottles, for the guests. And she got Marcel out there in the front yard making like a honeycomb altar, okay? And I was like, okay, it's cute because, they both were beekeepers and that's how they bonded and whatnot. And so it's cute, okay? But of course, they don't know how to communicate with each other. And for some reason, now it's a problem for Anna. She's like, girl, we can't communicate. Okay, but like, but you been knew this, okay? You been knew y'all had to do this to talk. Hello? How you doing? You look good. You been doing this these past couple episodes, girl. So why is it a problem now, girl? Okay? But anyway, so she goes, he comes in the house. He's like, honeycomb, chakazel. Okay, that which means very good. And she's like, chopper style? And he's like, chopper style, girl. Chopper style, chopper style, okay? So they go outside. She wants to see how the altar is since he says it's chopper style. And she's like, it's alright, but like, can we talk, okay? And so she's like, are you excited for the wedding? I'm nervous, okay? And she's like, why are you nervous? Joey and Gino, okay. And she's like, oh, what are you... Joey and Gino are her kids, her two oldest kids, I think. Gino, yeah, Joey and Gino. And so, she's like, what about Joey and Gino? And he's like, they say Marcel's stupid. I heard them talking behind my back, but they don't want to say that to my face, okay? They calling me stupid, okay? I hear them. We live in the same house. I can hear you, Joey and Gino. Okay, he didn't say all of that, but I kind of just improvised for him, okay? So, she's like, okay, like, do you want to talk to them? And he's like, no. So... well, she's like, what? I mean, like... So she's like, well, can we talk about us? And like, every time I ask you something, you just say yes or no, or you just nod your head or something. I don't like it. Okay. I said, Marcel knows what he's doing, okay? He tells us, he's like, whenever we be talking, I just tell her yes, no, very good, chakasao, just so that she will leave me alone. And so that we don't talk about these kids because I don't like her kids, okay? And he tells her the kids are spoiled, okay? And she's like, we ain't talking about the kids, I'm talking about you and me. Yeah, I know. And I was like, girl, what? It was a mess, okay? She gets upset. She's like, I don't even know if I want to marry you right now. And he starts to laughing, and she's like, it's not funny. And he's like, okay. And so then she like walks off, okay? And I'm like, what? Like, why? It's such a problem for Anna now, I guess, because she's bringing Marcel around her kids and her friends, and they're telling her stuff that she already knew, that they don't know how to communicate, girl. Anyways, so the next scene, her and her friend, they're going to go pick out her wedding dress, okay? And they're in there. She tells the lady, like, my husband is Muslim, so it has to be like somewhat of like a modest dress. I want to have a little bit out, but like not too much, okay? So the woman's like, okay, girl, I got a good dress for you. She brings out the first dress. The dress comes up to like right here, okay? And Anna's like, can I go like a little bit lower, like right here, okay? And the woman is like, sure. So she brings out the next dress, and it looks good on Anna. Her friend asks her, she's like, you excited about getting married, okay? And she's like, no. And her friend is like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm excited. Like, I know I know he's the one for me, but I don't know he's the one for me. I said, girl, Anna is confusing me, okay? You already said you wanted to be with this man. You knew the situation for what it was, girl. And, you say he's the one for you, but y'all don't even know what y'all be talking about. Somebody make it make sense, okay? Anyways, she starts to crying and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, you better figure it out, okay? The next episode, we're going to have Joey and Gino going in, okay? And I am excited for that, okay? So next we have Robert and Annie. Last episode, Robert and Annie have been fighting, okay? They've been fighting since Annie got here. So, things are tense in the house. We got Bryson. He's like giving Annie a hug or whatever. And Annie's like, like, Bryson give me a hug. You never give me a hug, Robert. Like, Robert never give me a hug. Like, it would be nice for Robert to give me a hug. And Robert is like, oh, here you go, trying to argue with me. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, y'all really arguing, okay? So, Robert is like, things have been tense in the house, so we need to get out. So I decided for us to go to a boxing gym. Okay, girl. So they go to the boxing gym, and they meet the trainer, Miguel. Okay, Miguel is the trainer's name, and I could tell right off the back, Miguel and Annie had chemistry. Okay, you know, they was both giving each other looks, and I said, you know what, Robert, like, you better watch Miguel. Okay. Miguel asked her like where she's from, and she's like, I'm from the Dominican Republic, you know, and he's like, what part? And she's like, you know, she tells him or whatever. And so they get to speaking in Spanish back and forth, and he's like, you know Spanish? That's kind of cute, okay. And the only thing Robert is concerned about, he's like, I hope, you know, I don't know Spanish, and I hope I hope Annie's not talking about like our problems and our situation and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? You need to worry about Miguel taking your girl, okay? That's what you need to worry about, because they was like, okay. So then you know, the trainer is showing her how to punch or whatever, and Annie's having a good time because she's like picturing Robert's face and just like, you know, what's up. And basically Annie brings up the wedding, and she's like, you know, is boxing going to give me my body in shape because I need to fit into my dress or whatever. And they get talking about the wedding, and then Miguel starts to bring up the fact that, like, you know, like they have to, you know, he asked them like about the process of getting married in 90 days or whatever. And then all of a sudden they just get to arguing, and the Facebook pictures of him and his exes gets brought up. And I'm like, girl, how did we get here? And Robert and Annie get to arguing or whatever. And Annie tells Miguel, she's like, you know, he has the Facebook photo, you know, and with his other women, you know, his exes, you know. And they're kissing and stuff like that. And Miguel is like, girl, what? They're kissing in the pictures or whatever. And Robert is like, my past is my past. He's saying the same thing he's been telling us or whatever. And Miguel, we get a little one-on-one with Miguel, and Miguel is like, you know what? They're not going to last 2 months. And I'm like, Miguel, you're completely right, okay? This is a mess, right? And so, basically the whole time it was Annie and Miguel was looking at each other, and I was like, you know what? Annie, just get with Miguel and just leave Robert alone, girl. And leave him in all of his ex and his past alone in these Facebook pictures, girl. So that's pretty much all that happened with them. They was just fussing and fighting at the boxing place, okay? And so next we get to Robert is going to meet with Bryce's grandparents, Stephanie, and I forgot the grandpa name, okay? They're going to go talk about Annie, because last time Stephanie and Annie was about to basically fight, okay? Because Stephanie was kind of crossing the line with her questions, okay? So they sit down, and Robert is like, you know, Annie feels a way about like what Stephanie was saying, asking her about the birth control. Like, why was you asking her that on the first meeting? And Stephanie was like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. Like, I don't care. Like, you shouldn't be having a baby right now, and that's just what it is. And Robert was trying to get her to see, like, that's not your business, and it's Annie's body, and if we have a kid, that's not your business. And Stephanie was like, well, it is my business because I want the best for my grandchild. And I was like, I mean, I guess, but like the birth control question was a little much, but we all get where she's coming from, okay? And then Grandpa's like, you know, like, this whole situation was thrown on us with you and Annie because we didn't really know about Annie, and all of a sudden, you know, she's here. And she's in the picture with Bryson, and we having a hard time with it, okay? And then Grandpa's like, you know what? Whenever you talk about Annie, you talk about her, like, bringing Bryson to school and whatnot, and picking him up and feeding him. And it seems like you just wanted somebody to watch Bryson, okay? And Robert is like, no, I love her and stuff like that. And like, why would y'all question that? Basically, Robert says they all need to sit down and talk and get on the same page. And I'm like, yes, girl, we need this meeting. We need this because everybody's all over the place, okay? So that was it for Robert and Annie. Not that much. Then we get to Michael and Juliana. It wasn't that much for them either. The first time we see them, they're going to hit the town and go looking for some furniture because they're going to be moving into a new house. Um, they get in there and she sees like a something on the table has like a it has a sponge in it, and she's like, is this Bob sponge? And he's like, SpongeBob? And she's like, yeah. And we're like, I guess, girl. Okay, girl. So she points out she sees this couch, and I was like, girl, this couch is not it. It didn't look cute to me, but she likes it, and it is $14,000. And Michael was like, we're not getting that couch for $14,000. And basically, they go sit down because Juliana feels a certain way, and he asked her like, what's wrong? And she's like, you don't let me, you still mad about you're mean when it comes to the credit cards and ish, okay? She was over here cursing her and whatnot. And he's like, yes, I'm mean about it because you bought a new car right when you was about to leave Brazil. And she explains that she did that because, it was in the middle of her problems with getting her visa, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to get the visa. So what she decided to do was to buy a car with his credit card, right? Basically saying, if I'm not going to be able to get over there and milk you of your money, I am going to use what the money that you gave me and at least get a car out of the situation, okay? And Michael says he's hurt by it. I'm like, are you really hurt? Are you really that hurt? Okay. So he asked her like, what is the car like doing right now? And it's just sitting at your mom's house. And she's like, no, my sister is using it as a cab business, okay? And he's like, what, girl? Like, really? And she's like, yes. Okay, so Juliana was smart, okay? She said she was going to get a car. And if she couldn't use the car, her sister was going to use the car to start a business, okay? And I said, well, I mean, are we mad at Juliana for that? I mean, Michael should be, but everybody else shouldn't be, okay? So, the next scene we have, they move into the new house, and all that really happened was Juliana was like, girl, I was poor. My house was as big as our master bedroom, and now we have this huge house, and, it is what it is, okay? And I was like, yeah, it's a big transition for Juliana, so next, okay? Next we have Emily and Sasha. So last episode they had the baby, whatever, David. They're leaving the hospital now. The baby is fine, okay? We see a picture of the little baby. He's so cute, okay? Then all of a sudden, 3 months, they say 3 months passed by, and she tells us that Sasha's visa had went through and everything. They had everything, all the paperwork they needed for Sasha to get to America. But Sasha filed the paperwork late for the baby, so they have to wait for the baby to get his paperwork before they're able to leave Russia, okay? So then 5 months goes by, 6 months goes by. The baby is 6 months old at this point. She says because Sasha filed the paperwork so late, she was mad at Sasha for a couple months. And she's also mad at him because he's been working all the time. He's gone like pretty much all day. She said from like 5:30 a.m. to like midnight. I'm like, oh my gosh. So she says like he only sees the baby at max like 5 hours a week. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. So she's frustrated, okay? And so we see like a quick little scene with them, and she's fussing at him because she wants him to like play with the baby, and he's like in the front room and he's like on the iPad, and the baby is just chilling in the chilling in his little chair. And she's like, pick the baby up and do something with the baby. You know what? Come on, let's just go for a walk. And she fusses at him on the walk. And basically he's like, this is the same thing that happened to my first three, is it 3 wives or 2 wives? I'm forgetting. The first 3 wives. That's the first thing. That's the first year was good, and all of a sudden when they had the baby, then they wanted to get on him and just do like simple things like want him to be a father, okay, to his baby. And he's like, she is doing the same thing, and it's getting on his nerves. And I was like, you know what, Sasha is not he not. Okay, he just wants to have the baby. He don't want to do the rest. You know, he ain't trying to like parent the baby. Okay, that's for her to do. Basically, is what he's telling us. So that was it for them. So then we have Sinjin and Tanya. Okay, we talked from last episode. Tanya and Sinjin have been fussing or whatever because the shack wasn't ready and Sinjin was aggravated. Okay, so this episode they're gonna go meet up with her family. Sinjin said he already met up with her mama and her sister whenever they came to visit Tanya in South Africa. So he said they got along for the most part, but he's a little nervous going to see them. He's like, he's gonna be the only white person in the Latin family, so he's gonna feel a little awkward. Okay, I said, all right. So they get in there and he's like, you know, excited to see everybody. He's like, hey y'all, what's up? You know, and grandma gives him a big hug or whatever. And he's like, you're my grandma now. And she's like, yep, you in the family, but she's like, he's in the family, but if he goes crazy, then I'll be the first one in his face. And I was like, you better talk that talk, grandma. Okay, you better take up for your family. She's like, family first. I love Sinjin, but if he messes with my granddaughter, I'm gonna put hands on him. I said, come on, grandma, stop playing with him. Don't play with him, grandma. Okay. So everybody's nice or whatever, and the mama is holding Tanya's niece, her sister's baby, and they get to going on Sinjin early. They're like, you know, you see this baby, huh? So when are you gonna put a baby in Tanya, basically? Okay, and Sinjin is like, and they're like, hold the baby. So they have Sinjin holding the baby, and he like, can somebody come get this baby, please? I'm like, can somebody come get this baby, okay? And Sinjin is like, you're probably liking this, huh, Tanya? And she's like, yep, because I'm trying to figure out a way how to get pregnant without you knowing. So Sinjin is like, they're trying to trap me with a kid, and I'm scared. And I said, yes, you should be scared, okay? The whole family looks like they're in on it, all right? So they get talking about, you know, Tanya is going to be leaving to go to Costa Rica for a whole month. But Sinjin can't come because for his visa, he has to stay in America. He can't be traveling or whatever for the 90 days. He has to stay there. So she's going to go over there by herself for a month and leave Sinjin over here for a whole month. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay, she's going to go over there to practice herbalism or whatever. And she says basically she wants to use it. She sees it as an investment because it'll be helpful for her. She wants to start her own like natural medicine business later. So she's like, she wants to learn this stuff now. And she said she didn't do it before because she kept putting it off because she volunteered for a year and stuff like that. And so now she wants to do it when Sinjin is here. I said, okay, girl, it's a mess. It's a mess, okay? Her family's like, you gonna leave that man for a whole month? And she's like, yeah. It has to happen now, so whatever. And Sinjin looks like he's nervous because he just met these people and now he has to stay with them for a month by himself with no her. And so for like the whole 90-day process, they're trying to get to know each other. And she's going to be gone for 30 days. So they're really only going to have 60 days to get to know each other. Girl, this is, you know what? This is set up for failure, baby. I'm not going to entertain it. This is y'all setting up for failure, okay? Anyways, I think that's pretty much all for them. It wasn't that much, but yeah. Last we get Jasmine and Blake. Blake and Jasmine, they're at the hotel still, okay? And he had invited, it's the next day. Nothing happened that night. She said she was tired and she went to sleep. And he was like, she went to sleep early. And yeah, nothing happened, okay? So then he invited his friends the next morning, which I'm like, can y'all spend a little time together before you invite your friends over? I was with her on there. I would have been like, can we spend time like one-on-one before I have to meet like all your friends? Like, I'm just getting into a new country. Like, this is a lot, okay? So they get there and then the friends start coming or whatever. And it's like a lot of people. It's like 10, 11 people. And I was like, this is a lot of people. I would have been just like her, like, hey, I'm so tired, okay? And that's exactly how she acted. She was like, they were like, hey, how are you? Hey. 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 They're like, where are you from? And she's like, Helsinki. Okay. Everybody was just staring at each other, okay? And it is so awkward. They start to like order alcohol or whatever, and then we find out that she doesn't really like alcohol like at all, and she doesn't like him to drink alcohol because she says like if she kisses him, she doesn't want the alcohol taste on, you know, in her mouth and stuff like that. And I was like, I get it, okay. So they start to order alcohol, and they're like, you're not drinking alcohol? And he's like, no, she likes to drink tea. And they start making fun of her because she, you know, is cold in Finland and stuff like that. And so they need hot tea. It was just awkward. It was such an awkward little party. She's like, I guess she was just feeling awkward. And she was like, look, I don't feel good. I need to go lay down. Okay. And he was like, you want me to come with you? And she was like, no. You stay here. I'm going to go up in the room and I'm going to go watch TV because I don't want to be around all of this. Okay. That's basically what she said. Okay. So, his friends was like, yeah, you can tell that Blake likes her, but we don't know, you know, we don't know the situation, okay? And I was like, yeah, because like the girl just got here, okay? But anyway, so she tells us that she is here to marry Blake. She's not here to marry his friends, okay? And I was like, okay. I mean, okay, all right. So the last scene, they go to dinner that same night, and they basically talk about what happened at the pool party. She says that she was not trying to be mean, but she wasn't trying to smile in people's face like that. And he's like, he's more of a people person. And she's like, I'm not really that much of a people person. Like, if I like you. But, like, otherwise, I'm not trying to smile in people's face like that. And I was like, girl, I get it, okay? So, he's still trying to talk about it or whatever. And she's eating. And she's like, you know what? When I'm eating, I like to eat. And I don't like to talk. So, like, you can, like, you know, once we're done eating, you can talk to me. But right now, I'm eating. Okay? That's basically what she said, okay? And then she was like, right after that, she's like, and he's like, he tells us, like, yeah, she's really blunt. She says what's on her mind. So it's like, you know, it's going to get hard to getting used to, but, you know. And she's like, I mean, she's eating so slow, okay? She's like, I don't want to talk to you. She's trying to eat so slow so that, you know, they can just, after they're done eating, they can just leave. And she don't have to talk to this man, okay? So, I don't know. I kind of like Jasmine, okay? How do y'all feel? Let me know what y'all thought of this episode. Not too much happened, y'all. Not too much happened. If I missed anything, let me know below. If I got anything wrong, let me know below. I'm pretty sure y'all will. Okay. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell so you get notified when I post these videos. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.